So I got these fuel lines from our P pump to our injectors for the flex truck here, and you might notice that they're nice and shiny. The paint that they hose these Cummins with is thick, and I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with it because it leaves these big chips and it's this gray color. And I used aircraft stripper on it. Worked awesome, and it comes out this nice kind of a zinc coated gold color. What's cool is it's the same color as our lines that are already on the truck for our Hydro Boost. So it kind of goes together, and it'll look fine with the colors that we going on here. And I just really didn't want to just paint those lines. I can't get it on there without taking the intake back off unless if I separate it. But I'm going to keep these together with these brackets and just take this one apart, and I'm separate it and can go around the intake.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Stop hitting the paint! I don't know if I got that dipstick in the right spot or not. That's why I'm kind of test fitting stuff, because this custom intake, we got a gap here on our lines because this one's hung up on that bolt there, which really isn't good. With the rattling of these Cummins, having stuff touching like that isn't good. That's why they're so adamant about the way they run these lines. I really don't want to try to pull this line back. It's very specific on how it wants to be. Alright, I think my dipstick's supposed to bolt here, which it can't because I got this run through these tubes for my breather and run through this vacuum line for the boost, or for the P pump. So I'm going to take it off down there and then just loop it back through here. And then we got this bolt. This line's sitting on this bolt, and it won't let me put that clamp in, and it won't let this sit down on the intake correctly. I don't know if there's supposed to be that gap there. You know, the stock intake might have had a little riser there, or is a little taller there. This intake gets rid of the heat riser, which would have made this stuff clear correctly. But this is stuff that you don't want to goof around on. This needs to be right. I snuck my little return line in here for the injectors, and I don't know where the bolts are. It must be over at Flex somewhere. How many damn return lines does one thing need? So I gotta figure that one out, because it used to go up to the fuel filter that's not there anymore. And then I got my bender here to try to get, let's see, this line back off of that thing. And this all seems like a really bad idea. Let's see how bad it is. I just really don't want to be doing this. This kind of stuff tends to not go back together well. This is terribly awkward. It doesn't really fit where I want it to. Alright, this is still close or touching. I'm just going to snug up these lines. These all are going to have to be loosened up to get it to start, so I'm not going to get crazy with them. But I'd like to know that they're at least pretty well threaded down. I don't have to worry that they're crooked or not seating. Just has this little jog in it. Man, if I could just get that to be straight. Flatter surface I can get it, or broader, flatter surface I can get on there, less chance it has a kink in it or denting it. I'd rather not do either. There. Alright. So we went from having that line above that bolt to there and got it to not hit anymore. That vibration will just rub a hole straight through that line. I got a little touch up to do, but gotta do what you gotta do. Our next deal was this guy was supposed to go on here, but you're not gonna be able to pull him out, at least not very easily. So I'm gonna take off this mount, and we need to come up this way and kind of have a bit of a pitch to it so we can get it out past the core support here. So I'm going to take this off and get it 2 bolts for this and come up with a longer bracket with 2 bolts here. Alright, you know I like my templates, so we got our template of our piece made here. It'll screw into the front of the P-pump here and hold that. Oh, your uncle.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.